What is up with it, everyone? Paul from Untitled Productions, and today we're going to be back in Resident Evil 4, The Professional's Guide. This time we're on chapter 1-3, which is the chapter right after you meet the big cheese inside of his house, and he does this whole little thing and tells you have the same blood as them. So to go ahead and get right into this, right after the cutscene ends and you start to hunt again, you're going to come right back over here and open up this little cabinet and go ahead and pick up this green herb. Now that one's always a green herb, so make sure you go ahead and pick that up. Now if you go back inside the room that we were just in, there'll be this little cutscene that'll start and play with the big cheese kind of attacking you. He's kind of just sitting inside his room, and he'll basically almost kill you until you're saved by a mysterious person in red. And of course, if you guys have played Resident Evil 2 or Resident Evil 4, you know exactly who I'm referring to, which is of course Ada Wong. And there he'll go ahead and head out the window, and she'll just kind of dip out. So Leon's kind of confused, you know, the fact that he just left him out of nowhere and he just dipped out. But it is what it is, and now Leon is safe. The window will be broken. Like I said, in the last one, you can't break that window because it is a cutscene prop, I guess you would say. So now continuing on down the stairs, if you come right over here towards the back of the house, you'll find an incinerator grenade just sitting inside of these glass shelves, and right over here will be some pesetas inside of this cabinet. Now coming back over here by these stairs, there's actually a little hidden room, which is like a bathroom of the house and everything. There's going to be a Ganado just standing in here waiting for you, because I guess he was using the bathroom or whatever right before all this. Go ahead and kill him, and you'll get yourself either some ammo or some other stuff if he drops anything. But yeah, this is just a little room that dude's going to be hiding out in. So coming to the front of the house this time, if you go to the left, there's going to be this oven right here, and all you're going to do is open it up and you'll get yourself a brown chicken egg. All this stuff is always here. None of it is randomized whatsoever in this house. Right over there is another Dr. Salvador, Chainsaw Man, of course. So my best bet is to use a grenade. If you have a hand grenade, use that. I didn't have any hand grenades, so we're going to go ahead and use an incinerator grenade. If you want to, you can use an incinerator grenade. It works just as well, but you'll have to get a little bit more close up. Boom. We're going to drop the incinerator grenade right on him, and we're just going to run up. Now, unless you're a real professional, I suggest not coming up to him and knifing him. The knife is actually the most powerful weapon in the game. Surprisingly, I will tell you guys stats on that in another episode. But what I usually do is I let him get up, shoot him with the shotgun, and then knife him a little bit. I threw another incinerator grenade, which you can do if you have any more incinerator grenades or any more grenades. Knock him down and then just throw a grenade and let him get blown up by it. Then I let him get a little bit closer, use the shotgun on him, and here I am going ahead and knifing him and finally killing him and dismantling him. Now, there's more enemies in the section. They won't come until you hit a certain point of the actual road that we're on. Make sure you're hitting these crow's nests. There's two in this initial area. There's this one right here that'll drop a spindle for you, and there's one all the way at the end. But make sure there's two enemies right here. There's this dude right outside the cabin, and then there's a chick right inside of the cabin. She'll come out as you're fighting this one off, so you don't have to rush in and get hit at all. So just make sure you wait for her to come out. Go ahead and do your melee attacks if you have a chance. Make sure when they're on the ground that you're always knifing to save ammo for as much as possible. And now we're going to go ahead and head inside the cabin, and inside of here, this one is randomized. It's not always a red herb. It could be ammo. It could be just empty, honestly. It could be anything. The other crow's nest will be right here, right before you hit the big assortment of enemies. Now, if you have a hand grenade, I suggest using that, going ahead and throwing the hand grenade. I was actually looking to see if I had any, but I didn't. So I ended up having to just use my actual weapons. So what I did was I just got the shotgun for crowd control, of course, reloaded to make sure I had all 6 bullets, and then I just patiently, slowly started moving forward until they started coming and rushing in, and boom, just went ahead, crowd controlled. Now, if you have a hand grenade, like I said, you can just run in, toss the hand grenade, and it'll blow all of them up, and they'll be done. Or if you have the infinite rocket launcher, all up to you. But For me, I had nothing, so I just had to use my shotgun and my pistol in general. So, moving on, we're going to go ahead and head inside of the village right now and going ahead and heading towards the castle. Now, once you get to this actual second part of the village, you're not going to want to kill anyone at all. I actually made a detour. Usually I just go ahead and run directly past everyone. I made a detour thinking I didn't get those boxes, but I did when we were in the village last time. So boom, go ahead and do your little kicking thing and dip out. Like, all you have to do is run past all these enemies. Do not fight a single one. Don't waste any ammo on it or anything like that. Just go ahead and head towards the church. Make sure you have your key, of course. Like I said, we have to make sure we pick that up back inside, or else you'd have to run all the way back, but that's not too big of a deal as long as you pick it up. So go ahead and break open this for some pesetas, and this handgun ammo will always be here on this green cabinet. Now in here, make sure you're knifing this box and you're shooting these red things on top. Don't get too close though, because they will burn you and hurt you and or kill you depending on how high your health is. They will drop spinels all the time, so make sure you're always shooting those if you see them, so you can get yourself some spinels to go ahead and sell to the merchant later. Now once you get inside the castle, there's this one right here that actually reveals 3 more items that are hidden in the dark, and you'll get 4 items because a spinel will also come out of that one. So now you have 4 things of gold treasure to go ahead and pick up. Oh no, it's actually 3. A spinel does not come out of that, because you get these 2 spinels in consideration for that. And make sure you break this box open. It's usually pesetas, sometimes it's handgun ammo from what I've seen, and sometimes I think it could be shotgun shells. Finally, we're back here with our dude the merchant, and this time we can tune up some new weapons, and he's going to tell us again about the Punisher that we'll be able to get literally 5 seconds from now. So be ready for us to go ahead and get the rest of those blue medallions. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and sell everything we don't need. Our rifle ammo, our TMP ammo, our ruby that we just got from the Dr. Salvador before, the brass pocket watch, the elegant headdress that we just got, and now we're going to go ahead and continue onward, because these 2 things of treasure we're going to save until later. The beer stein until we get it completely gems put into it, and we're gonna wait until we get the elegant mask completely done. So we're gonna go ahead and head. Now here we are at the church. There's 2 crow's nests here. There's one right after you come out of here that will drop a hand grenade every time, and there's one towards the end that drops rifle ammo all the time. So you don't have to shoot them if you don't want. I suggest shooting them so you guys can go ahead and sell the rifle ammo, and of course have the hand grenade in case you need it. Now there's 3 birds. They will not leave, so you can shoot all 3, but you will alert the ganados in the actual vicinity. There's one to your right inside the cabin, and there's one a little bit further up the hill. This one will always drop some ammo, the one on the right. There's this guy, like I said, up here on the hill. Go ahead and take him out. And this is the one that was actually in the cabin. I completely forgot, and it scared me because I thought that she wouldn't come out. I wasn't even aware that I even alerted her, so that was pretty terrible. But make sure that you're aware of both. I couldn't hit because I was too high up on the hill, but like I said, I just kind of dipped back a little bit because there's 2 of them. I didn't want to get grabbed from the back again or hit for no reason. Then boom, take them both out, and once you take them both out, we're gonna go ahead and go for the blue medallions. As you guys can see, there's a whole bunch of them in this exact area to go ahead and finish them off. So here's the little cabin I was talking about. Make sure you come in here. There's always gonna be handgun ammo on the table. There's also going to be the 2 boxes. One of them I think is always empty, and the other one always has shotgun shells, so just make sure that you guys know about that. So the first blue medallion is right here outside this cabin. The second one is right over here on this tree, just sitting there. If you guys want to get closer to it, of course you can. I was able to go ahead and shoot it from the angle I was at. The other one is over here to the left by the gravestones, so make sure you go ahead and get that one. There's also 3 of them on the church. 2 of them on the church itself. But watch out for these guys. This guy right back here always has dynamite, so make sure you're keeping him at bay so he'll blow up. Or you can go ahead and shoot the dynamite out of his hand while all the enemies are coming and running. I managed to get that guy to the left killed somehow. I'm not 100% sure how the dynamite even hit him from that far, but it did, and it killed him. and then we're gonna go ahead and take this guy out, and we'll be done with it. So now there's a secret that you could actually do. There's this crow's nest right here. This always drops an incendiary grenade, so make sure you pick that up. But the blue, this other blue medallion is to the left side of the church. Like I said, there's two. There's also one in the back that we're gonna go ahead and get in a couple of seconds. So there's two guys back here. There's one guy with dynamite on the right, and there's the one on the left, the chick on the left. Make sure you're trying to shoot the dynamite out of his hand so you can go ahead and kill both of them. Boom, just like that. It took me a couple of shots, but I managed to do it. Now, here, if you look directly up, there's this blue medallion right here. Kind of moved it a little. I wasted 2 shots. It's okay, though. Now, for this one, the only ones you actually have to light up for the green cat's eye is the V, the Z, and the M. So in order to do this, make sure you're just kind of counting how many spaces. 4 will go exactly 4, and it will land on whatever the 4th one is, and 3 will land on whatever the 3rd one is. Of course, it makes sense, right? So trying to do this is not ideal. Boom, and then you just hit a 3. You can follow the one I just did. It does work, and it does help. So it's the Z, the V, and the M. That's the only 3 you have to light up. The rest, you have to make sure that they're not lit up so you can go ahead and get it. Make sure you're going ahead and combining that green cat's eye with your beer stein. This way we now have 2 cat's eyes for our beer stein, and we are ready to get the last one. The last one doesn't come for a couple of chapters, but it's okay. Now, the secret I was talking about earlier is if you shoot the bell, Ganados will come and they'll keep spawning and coming. So if you want to stack up on ammo, stack up on money, or whatever you want to, you can go ahead and do that. I think 4 come every time. As you guys can see in the distance right there, you have 1 guy coming up, you have 2 guys coming up, you have 3, and the 4th one will come running up in a very short while. Just go ahead, like I said, kill them. If you want to, you can go ahead and actually farm this for as long as you want to. That's all up to you, though. I don't suggest it because you will run out of ammo eventually, of course, unless you just keep getting ammo. But it's kind of redundant if you're going to keep wasting ammo just to get ammo. So I don't suggest it, but you know, to each his own. If you guys want to do that, go ahead and do that. So all you're going to do is take out those guys. If you'd like to, you don't have to. Like I said, it's all optionary and everything like that. So boom, we're going to go ahead and take these guys out. I actually screwed myself over because of this, because I only had 1 bullet by the end, which, like I said, you're gonna waste ammo to make ammo, so don't do it if you're not 100% sure. So boom, we're gonna go ahead and get that. We didn't even get any ammo, which is unfortunate, and I only have a bullet in my pistol, and we still have to get medallions, and there's still enemies in this actual area. So moving forward towards the little bridge area, we're gonna go ahead and come right here, and usually if you get a good enough shot on her, you can actually knock her off the edge, which is very, very helpful and very good for you when it comes to it. But since I ran out of handgun ammo, I wouldn't be able to knock off anyone with just shooting them and having them fall off. Even with getting the blue medallions, there's 3 of them in this area, and I'd have to use a shotgun for it, so make sure you're saving your handgun ammo. And there's always a snake in this crate. Make sure that you knife it twice so you can go ahead and kill that snake and get yourself a egg. Then there's also this crate. Make sure you're hitting that one. Now, I don't suggest using the shotgun or the blue medallions. It's a waste of ammo, and this shotgun is very useful for crowd control, like I said multiple times, and it does not aim very far at all. So this one right here took me a little bit to get that blue medallion. As you guys saw, I jumped over, but trying to get it is not ideal with a shotgun at all. Even though it has a spread on it, it is not 100% accurate at all. So it took me 3 shots I wasted just to try to get it, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. Now there's this one last guy right over here waiting for you at the door. You're just gonna go ahead and kill him. I just blew his head off with the shotgun because why not? It's over with. Now there's a crate right here to your right. The second you come in here, make sure you get that. And all these crows can be killed. What you're gonna do is make sure you take out a flash grenade, and you're just gonna throw the flash grenade at the initial circle, and boom, all crows will die. You don't have to worry too much about it. You actually get a flash grenade back, so it's kind of like a trade for it, and you get a whole bunch of money for it. So that's pretty cool. So make sure you go ahead and pick all of this up. Make sure you're killing those crows so you can get the most money out of it as you possibly can. And make sure you're checking all these cabins for some stuff. There's a spindle in this one, some handgun ammo. Moving a little bit further down, there's also some a spindle over here. And later on there'll be yellow herbs and stuff like that during the El Gigante fight, but right now it is empty with just one spindle and stuff inside the cabins. This middle one is always empty, so you don't have to run into that. Make sure you don't, and you can always get the handgun ammo from this one. Now we actually have 20 bullets, which is not bad. Go ahead and reload our handgun so we can actually use it again. Make sure you guys are breaking these 2 crates and getting some pistetas out of that. Now if we go to the right, we can go ahead and meet up with the merchant one more time before we continue onward, so we can go ahead and get our free weapon. And there's always a handgun ammo right there on that little crate. Make sure you're breaking all the barrels, grabbing as much shotgun shells as possible, as much handgun ammo as possible, especially for the next chapter. You're going to want to stock up on a lot of this stuff as soon as possible and as much as possible. Now once you come over here to the merchant and you talk to him, he's going to tell you, hey, you've shot enough of the medallions, you can get your gun, and all you got to do is buy it. And it's free, so you're just going to go ahead and pick it up. Make sure you have enough space in your inventory, drop that bad boy down, and boom. And you'll be able to actually tune it up the second you come into it. I don't use the Punisher ever, so I'm not going to tune it up. If you guys want to, go ahead, tune it up, keep it, sell your handgun if you want to, do whatever you feel is right when it comes to your weapon and arsenal. I don't usually do it. I use the same weapons literally every time I play this game, so it's just become kind of habit at this point. So we have nothing to sell to him, and we're gonna go ahead and continue onward towards the end of this chapter. Now there's another part of it. It's a pretty long run kind of thing. So once you get inside this next room right over here, there's this little canyon. There's gonna be a second boulder run, but make sure you come in here, pick up your handgun ammo, and break this barrel right to your back. I'm getting a lot of ammo now because of the fact that I ran out earlier. So these symbolize boulder runs. Of course, I think I said this in the chapter 111. Wow, 111. But anyways, there you guys can see the boulders up there ready for us. They're going to go ahead and push it off, and we're just going to go ahead and do our little sprinting run. So once you're done and going and sprinting past this, make sure you're hitting the right buttons at the end so you don't end up dead and you don't lose any progress, or you don't add a death to your thing for no reason. Now for this guy, don't shoot the guy, actually shoot the trip mines right behind him. It will kill him every time. He's that close to it, so make sure you go ahead and do that. So once you move forward, a lot of this, like the last little village section, all I do is run. I actually stop in here, go ahead. There's a snake in that right one all the time, so make sure you're knifing that one on the right twice and not once. This guy managed to get me a lot faster than I thought he would be able to. I thought I could actually be able to get the guy down and dip out before he even got in here, but I was wrong. Now I always use the right side of the path because there's actually a treasure that we're going to go ahead and pick up. Make sure you're shooting the trip mines, you're not running into it. Up on this little platform, there's a crow's nest that you're going to go ahead and shoot, and you'll get an antique pipe that we can sell to the merchant later on, so make sure you're picking that up. That's the only reason I go to the right, and because of the fact that there's only one trip mine on the right side, and you could just run past everyone like it's nothing. Again, don't fight here at all. There's no reason. You're just wasting ammo, and you can just dip through and make it to the other section without any fight or any casualties, and with pretty much very much ease. So there's two paths for this one. There's the left path that is going to lead us to a cutscene, so we're going to go ahead and go right up here and get to the cutscene. It's going to introduce our next boss to us, which of course is a mutated salamander. Doesn't make sense, I know, it's okay though, but it's a mutated salamander called the Delago, which they're going to go ahead and feed our other cop friend, not the one that was burning, but the actual normaler one that wasn't captured just yet, and they're going to go ahead and feed him to the Delago. They're going to dip out, and the Delago is going to come up and feast. I don't understand how he just feasts on one human, if I'm honest with you. That body is way too small to even like fill him up at all. So the fact that he ate him and is full about it is weird, but it is what it is, right? So we're gonna go ahead and continue onward. That is what we're gonna have to fight in the very coming minutes. So moving towards the right part of the path, we're gonna go over here, and there's actually another crow's nest with another treasure that we're gonna sell to the merchant in the next chapter. So make sure you go ahead and pick it up. It's a gold bangle with pearls, which is pretty cool. Now there's two cabins. The one on the right over here will always have handgun ammo in it, and we'll have this little box on this table which will always have a yellow herb too. So make sure you're picking that up so that we can actually increase our health later on in the game. So this other one, it has a save point, a green herb itself, and it also has a barrel in it that will give you some kind of random loot. 90% of the time it's money, sometimes it's handgun ammo, but we're not going to be using regular weapons on this Delago at all. Instead, we're going to be using the harpoons on the boat. Now, there's actually another secret here. If you shoot the water enough times, the Delago will come out and actually eat you. I don't suggest doing it, but if you guys want to go ahead and see that, go ahead and shoot the water a couple of times until it comes out. Now, moving forward, once we get in the boat, we're going to have a little cutscene where the Delago is going to come and fight us. Now, the initial first parts of this boss battle, there's going to be these little logs in the water, as you guys can see. He's going to try to like steer you into it so you fall off the boat. Don't try to attack him right away. Make sure that you're dodging those little things in the water. So this way you're not falling off the boat and you're not hurting yourself and you don't end up dying. So, right after, eventually he'll push him out of the way, and you won't have to worry about them for the rest of the boss battle at all, which will come very soon. I think it's right after this one that after that you'll never have to worry about it, and you'll be 100% fine to just go ahead and throw harpoons. The only thing you'll have to worry about is him coming out of the water, like this initial scene right here, and he'll try to eat you. So, boom, just go ahead and throw as many harpoons into him as quick as possible and as much as possible. You just aim the same way that you aim in the regular sections with your gun. And eventually he'll have scenes like this where the rope disappears and you have to wait for him to come out of the water for you to go ahead and throw the harpoons at him. Make sure that you're hitting him with the harpoons. This way he doesn't come up and eat you right away. So all you gotta do is hit him with one, and then he won't eat you. He'll go back down into the water. So you don't have to worry about putting too many into him or making sure that you don't get hurt. Like I said, throw as many harpoons as quick as possible and as fast as possible into him. This boss fight is a pretty quick, pretty easy boss fight. Not too difficult, not too hard, and all you have to do is throw harpoons. You don't even have to waste any of your ammo or any of your health items, really, unless he hurts you. Now, at the end, this is not a cutscene. You actually have to do a quick time event, so make sure you're pressing the cut button as fast as possible, or else you will die and you'll have to restart the whole boss fight. But boom, there he is. The Delago is dead, and that is the end of Chapter 1-3. It's a pretty quick one, pretty fast, and not too difficult. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe for more content, and we'll see you guys in the next Resident Evil video. With that, goodbye.